the what and the why, but not the how. Hey guys, it's Andy with Mindset Matters More, and I have a little nugget from my coach that I wanted to share with you guys and share some of my thoughts about them. So we were talking about manifesting. We're talking about the way that we move through life with ease, with flow, with grace, with trust and faith and all this wonderful stuff. And to me, one of the major things that we need to focus on is, what is it that I want? What is the outcome that I want? Now, I feel like a lot of my clients wind up confusing the what with the how, confusing the why with the how. And so we're going to break it down and talk about these different aspects of manifestation and how it is that we actually can call forth into our lives the thing that we want if we release how it's going to happen. So first and foremost, we all have desires. We all have things that we want in life, something that we aspire to be or do or experience. And we know exactly what that is. We have a definition of it. We can see it very clearly. We can really just envision what that thing is, right? Now, the other thing is the why behind it. Why do we want this thing? Why do we want the experience of it or the physical aspect of it? Like, what is it that draws us to it? So first, get clear on what it is that you want. Write it out. Write down what it looks like. How does it feel? What does it smell like? Basically define what you want and get very specific. Don't just say, oh, I want $1 million. I mean, that's great to want, but the next step is going to expose it for what it is. Okay. So really define what it is that you want. Okay. Say, and maybe it is $1 million. Maybe that is, you know what, we're going to use that as an example, right? So say you're like, I'm trying to manifest $1 million. I want $1 million. Okay. The next thing to do is ask yourself why. And you're going to ask yourself why at least 3 to 5 times. Okay. So let's say I want $1 million. Okay. Why? Oh, because then I'll have a lot of money. Okay. But why do you need a lot of money? Oh, because I need to pay medical bills. Okay. But why do you have medical bills? Oh, I had to pay for surgery because I was sick and the hospital charged me $1 million. And so I really want to pay for that. Okay. So what will happen if you pay for that? Oh, I will be debt free. I will feel secure. I will feel great. Okay. So we have the thing that you want. I want $1 million. Why? Because then I can feel safe and secure from my medical bills. Okay, so now we have the what, now we have the why. And everybody at this point gets confused about what the next step is. Okay, the next step is to say, okay, universe, I need $1 million so that I can feel this thing. And then you start to feel the thing. You start to feel, you know what? Just let it go. Let the universe just handle it. Eventually, I will be able to pay it off. I'll work for it. I'll do whatever I need to. Universe, I know you're going to provide for me so that I don't go homeless because of this. I know you're going to give me whatever it is that I need. And you just say, whatever, move forward. Now, what happens is that people will think, okay, well, in order for me to get $1 million, oh, I need to sell this. I got to sell my home. I got to do that. I got to get a better job. I got to do that. And they start planning for the universe and how the universe is going to give it to them. You already started thinking, hey, this is the one and only path that is going to give me this $1 million. This is the only way in which I can get $1 million. Now, a fun exercise in order to be able to start getting rid of the illusion that there's only one way is called the 20 ways. So the 20 ways in what you do is you have to write 20 ways in which you can get that $1 million. Okay. Now, first you write down what it is you want. Then you write it as why you want it. And then you write 20 ways in which $1 million can show up in your life. Okay. 1, you inherit it. 2, somebody gifts it to you. 3, Richard Branson hits you with his car and pays you $1 million. 4, you win a lottery. Like, you have to write 20 different ways, no matter how inane, crazy, wild it is, because you need to see that there are a multitude of ways that you can acquire this money. Like, it's just weird, like the way that your brain can work and think. Because once you start to limit, hey world, this is the only way in which I can get this $1 million, the universe cannot help you. You start blocking it because you say, no other way is it this. And you cannot even begin to fathom what it is the universe is trying to do for you in order to get you that $1 million so that you can have the safety, comfort, and ease free from the $1 million. The other thing is that the hospital might call you and say, hey, we're going to comp it for you. Or some organization might be like, hey, we saw you have $1 million and we gifted you the money. Or, you have a rich friend who's like, hey, you know what? I'll pay for you. Don't worry about it. So many ways in which you can get this money that you cannot see because you are not the universe and you are not the all-knowing universe. That there are not only the 20 ways that can give it to you, but infinitely more opportunities that you do not see. So when you limit it to, this is how I'm going to do this one way, maybe you can bulldoze your way and get the $1 million. That is a possibility, but it's a possibility out of infinity. And so when you limit it to that one time, when you even limit it to that 20 times, you're going to start to see, oh, there are billions of ways in which I can get this money. And you know what, universe? You picked the easiest one for me. You just help me. I trust you. And then you do it. But the first step is to know what it is that you want, why it is that you want it, feel that feeling, and then let the universe pick out of the infinite number, billions and trillions and billions and gazillion ways in which it can give you this money, or it can give you that feeling of safety and freedom from that goal, from that bill. And you let the universe just unfold. You just let it happen. You just let go. And letting go is so beautiful because once you see, oh shit, I actually don't have this bill anymore. Oh shoot, I actually got the money for it. Oh shoot, you're going to see that the way that it actually resolves itself, you will never, ever have been able to predict it. You would never be able to see, hey, that's actually that came out of left field. I can't even believe it. Look back in your life and you will see that the minute that you say, you know what, universe, you got this, that you manifested something very powerful that you could never have imagined how it came into your life. Never. One way that is very prevalent and like an example in my life is my husband and I, how we met. We met online. And I was, on lunchtime at work, and he was watching his kids at his ex-wife's house. And we are sitting there swiping away because he lived an hour away. I never would have run into, I lived 30 minutes in the other direction. He lived an hour in the other direction. But because he was at that place at that time, and I was at that place at that time, and boom, he was everything that I ever wanted. And I never, ever would have imagined that that was how I was going to meet my next husband. Yes, I've been married before, but that is not the way that I thought I was going to meet my husband. I figured I would meet some nice guys and get out in the dating, but he was the first guy I dated. It's wild. But that's how it is when you just throw it up to the world and say, hey, this is what I want. This is why I want it. World, do your thing, okay? So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Love you. Bye.